Hi guys, it's Richard here, the Longshot King, and here with you for tips for day one of the Cheltenham Festival. And we kick off with the William Hill Supreme Novices Hurdle. Hopefully racing is going to go ahead. I'm recording the video before the 10:30 inspection, so we'll see what happens. But just on the Supreme Novices Hurdle, of course we've got the short price favourite, My Tent or Yours, deservedly so after the Betfair Hurdle, but not sure whether this one's going to actually act on the track. This is a question mark, having run all of its races on flat, speedier tracks, so that is something that we need to look out for. But the one I'm interested in here is Cheltenham, number 3 from Philip Hobbs's yard. Basically won the bumper in 2011, not had a run since, and came out 3 weeks ago at Newbury when running very, very well. Basically pulled and was very keen, but travelled really, really nicely. And at the 25-1, Cheltenham looks very, very decent each way value. So that's my selection in the first. In the second, we've got the Arkle. Okay, so in the Arkle we've got only a small field, 7 runners, but an excellent race. And of course Nicky Henderson has the odds-on favourite Simon Sigg, and Donald McCain has Overturn. Now the thing really here revolves around Overturn. Of course Overturn is going to go out and make the running, but there are question marks about this one on the ground, and even the trainer over the last couple of days has come out and said that he's basically gutted that the ground has turned against this one. So we might want to look outside. I'm not actually going to have a bet in this race. I don't think it's a race to have a bet in. I think it's more of a watching race. But I think one that could run well at a little bit of a price is Majala, which seems to be improving. Has won all 3 starts this season. As I say, it is a no-bet race, but I think Majala is maybe a little bit of value, especially with the doubt on Overturn not going on the ground. So let's take a look at the next, and we're going to move on now, and this is the JLT Speciality Wines Chase. Okay, so we've got a very, very big field here for the JLT this season, and we've got a few horses in there that have run in the race last season. The Package was one of them. Our Mick also ran in the race last year, and also we had Fruitio Rooney, which finished second last year. And the one that we're actually going to focus on is this one, Fruitio Rooney. Has run very, very well this season without winning, but it seems to have been set up for the race, and comes here off a very, very fair handicap mark of 139. And trainer Gary Moore made no secret that this was the race that they were targeting some months back. So Fruitio Rooney at 10-1 is my second selection of the day, and that's going to be a 10-1 each way selection. Let's take a look at the next race, and of course it's the big race of the day. It's the Champion Hurdle. Okay, so we've got the Champion Hurdle here, and of course Hurricane Fly is the favourite. Unbeaten in all starts this year, and has been impressive over in Ireland. But the question mark is, has it actually come up against the quality of rival that it's going to come up against today? And that is doubtful, actually. So, Hurricane Fly, although with every chance, again, is a little bit on the short side at 9-4. Now, of course, Granduet, Nicky Henderson's horse, that drifted earlier this week, so there must be a question mark about that, as its price has not really, contracted again since that drift. So I'm not so sure about Granduet. Zarkanda, yes, definitely in very, very good form, and has been running very well this season. Has every chance, but could be tap for toe if it's a slow run race. The one that I like a little bit each way is Countrywide Flame. Again, this is going to be a no bet race. Basically, I think it's a race to watch. I think it's a really very, very good quality Champion Hurdle, and I think Countrywide Flame can run a big race. Off its rating of 158, that does tell us that it really does have something to find. But trainer John Quinn is adamant that this one will improve, coming back to Cheltenham for the stiffer test. Won't have a problem on the soft ground, and a little bit of value at around about the 14 to 16-1 mark. But as I say, it's a watching race. The next race is the cross country, so we're going to take a look at that. and I'm really looking forward to watching this race. Okay, so the cross country race, basically we've got the two at the top of the betting are Outlaw Pete and Arabella Boy, and of course they're going to be strongly fancied, one of these to win this race. Again, it's another race where I think it's more of a watching race. I think that Sizing Australia looks a little bit of value around about the 14-1 mark. Is a little bit better in on its handicap mark now this season, so I think this one holds every chance. But the one I'm really interested in watching, and more from a horse racing perspective rather than a punting perspective, is this one here, A New Story. Comes here 15 years old. Michael Hourigan runs the horse again. AP Heskin, the jockey, who won on A New Story 2 years ago when it was priced at 40-1. Had the pleasure of backing it then. I just hope that this one runs its race. I'm not sure whether Connections are going to retire the horse shortly. Been going a long while, but its record at Cheltenham is absolutely phenomenal in this particular race, and I'm hoping to watch this, and I'm hoping to cheer home A New Story. I don't think it's any value at all at 16-1. I think that's far too short, but let's hope that the horse runs really well. Okay, so we'll move on to the next, and the next is the Mare's Hurdle. Okay, so the Mare's Hurdle, Quevega, as I was saying, unbeaten, and comes back again after another year's break. Trainer Willie Mullins, knows the horse inside out, of course, but a very, very short price. On the ratings, should win, and should win comfortably, as it did last year when winning by 4 lengths. Had a few of these bunched up in behind, including Alazi, which ran. Also Kempford Grey Lady, and also one of the runners a little bit further down the field, and this is Shop DJ, who looks a little bit interesting at a big price. Wasn't really put in the race until late last year, so that one could be interesting at a bit of a price. At 28, and I think you can get 33-1. But again, this is another race which is a no bet, and I think we can expect Quevega to win if she's fit. The next race, the last race on the card, is the Novices Chase, a Novices Handicap Chase. A cracking good heat with 20 runners, so let's take a look at the card. A very, very tight handicap, this one, and there's only £12 separating the whole field, so it's very, very tight and bound to be incredibly competitive. The two that I like here against the field are this one, number 2, Cruise Lining, which won last time in a very, very small runner race, only 3 runners, but beat the highly consistent Conquisto by 8 lengths and stayed on really, really strongly. Now, form line here, Conquisto ran against Overturn earlier in the season, was beaten 25 lengths. Now, of course, Cruise Lining is nowhere near the horse of Overturn, but considering that this has also beat Conquisto, by a very, very reasonable distance, and is improving all the time, was a very decent hurdler, very decent novice hurdler, and now has gone chasing and has an excellent chance in this race, even though off top weight or joint top weight. Really, really good value, and you can get the 25-1. It says 22 here with Sky Bet, but is available at 25-1, and that's one of my each way selections in this race. The other horse that we need to look at is Akatak. Now, Akatak finished 5th in this race last year, and is still capable and able to run in this novice company. So Akatak, basically on a more attractive handicap mark this year, has to have every chance, and at a huge price of 50-1 available in 2 or 3 places. Then Akatak is the second selection for the Novices Handicap Chase. So there you go, guys. Basically 4 selections today. Cheltenham in the Supreme Novices Hurdle at 25-1 each way. Fruitio Rooney in the JLT at 10-1 each way. And Cruise Lining and Akatak in the Novices Handicap Chase. Cruise Lining at 25-1 each way, and Akatak at 50-1 each way. Have a great day, first day at Cheltenham. Let's hope that the racing goes ahead, and I wish you good punting success. Cheers now. See ya.